I think the thing is to be honest with yourself.
Okay.
That it starts there.
Yeah.
And then take that first step. I mean, because you could talk about it, you could sit in it, but I'm one who believes in doing.
Yes.
So I could talk all day and say I'm depressed, but if I don't do anything about it, you have to make a decision that you want to do something about it.
Welcome to another beautiful conversation. It's a Therapy Sessions pod. My name is Maxwell. I'm with the amazing, you got it on your chest. You letting the world know, Miss Carmela Wallace. Having an important conversation about legacy, life, words transcending and being around forever. Special is a word that comes to mind when I think about it. When did you know Jared was special?
He was born special. He's my son.
There it is. That's what I was looking for. He was
special. If he never became famous, he would have been special to me.
Yeah.
If he never became famous, I was his number one fan.
Yes.
So he was always his own person.
Yes.
He always liked music. His kindergarten teacher recognized it. And she suggested that I get him piano lessons, so he did. So he started with piano lessons at 5. He was in handbell. He was a percussionist in the school band, and he did band up until sophomore year. Then he decided to become Juice Wrld. So he killed my dream, but
Never that.
What's up, guys? My name's David Nathan, aka Happy Jack Dad. Now, I've been seeing a therapist for many years now, and one of the biggest challenges in my mental health journey has been finding the right therapist. I need someone that speaks my language and understands me. But guess what? I've got a cheat code for you guys that I wish someone told me about when I was searching. Our sponsor, Betterhelp. You go to their site, you answer a few questions, and Betterhelp will match you with a licensed therapist who's trained to help with struggles just like yours. The best part is this all happens from the comfort of your own home. Visit betterhelp.com/happyjack and enjoy 10% off your first month of therapy.
Gosh, what were some of those early conversations when you started to peel back the layers and really be that supportive parent, before we got Juice Wrld, when you were like, yo, you're gonna be able to do this?
With him, I knew he did music, but I listened to a certain type of music.
Yeah.
And we didn't listen to the same music.
What was on your playlist?
So I listened to a lot of Christian music, old school rock. I'm a rock person. I'm a rocker, and old school R&B. Like my old school music. So, but I would be open, and then I would share my music with him, which he liked my rock influence.
Yes.
That came from me.
That came from you. I love that, to see your influence, grow and blossom into something that became, I don't want to say became, but it still is a global connectivity through the legacy. And that special connection to be able to find in your child what they love most, and to be able to be there for them in those moments, to teach, to grow, to let your influences just be soaked up like a sponge. What was that like, watching that? You're like, hell yeah, my love for rock music is a little something that, you said a second ago, you got that from me.
Right, and it was different, but he loved it. He would say, "Oh, send me that." I turned him on to Billy Idol. Send me that. I would play all kind of stuff for him.
It opens the doors to just a great conversation and really tapping into. And this goes for not just a parent-child relationship, but anybody who is looking to have that conversation and connect somehow, some way. There were times, and there are times, that we're going through some mental health struggles. And for y'all to have those conversations and to grow that and to be there, what did it mean to you to know that y'all were able to have that type of relationship where you could discuss things like that?
It was rewarding. I mean, it didn't, that was the end story. You have to get to that point where you develop that trust with your child, where they figure they could talk to you without you judging them. And that took a process. And I think really it took to him being an adult. Where we had those conversations, because when he's like in high school and, you're just trying to get him from point A to point B.
Yes.
I want you to finish high school, and be successful. So, the focus is that. But, as he got older, it just developed, and me just being more willing to listen to him and not put my agenda on him,
Yeah.
which was the thing, you
Yeah.
know, because like when he quit band, I was like devastated.
For sure.
But I had to realize it's me, you know,
That
that's
wasn't his
his
path.
life, you know, so he had to do it his way. So I just gave him room to do it.
Oh, so beautiful to hear coming from a parent. Because, you know, as kids, we think we know it all. And there's times where, you know what I'm saying, we really need to trust in, you know, the heart and the knowledge that our parents, but we don't want to hear it at 16 or 17 years old. But to have those conversations to say that from your vantage point, it was, wow, I need to listen more. I need to step back. I need to really think about it. And that's what further opens up the conversation for that trust and that honesty to happen from parent to child.
And then picking your battles.
Oh, yeah.
Because like with him and band, and Jared was determined to make music. So he would sneak to the studio. We got to the point where one day I was out there waiting on him because I knew where he was. You know, he was calling me, oh, I'm here. And I knew he wasn't. So I just sat there. And when he came out, I was right there.
You were one of those?
Yes.
Like on that episode of the Cosby Show?
I was
the
right.
couch was right in front
car
of the door.
was right there. And he's just, he
Carmela's
was coming out. He's like,
busted.
come on. Get in the car. But I knew, but eventually I met the people at the studio. I knew who he was around and I would drop him off. But he was determined to do it. So when he's that determined, I had to work with him. So it's like just picking the battles.
Just picking the battles. This has become a conversation that I needed today. So I really appreciate your openness. I appreciate your willingness to amplify the conversation on mental health awareness. It's a thing that we in our community don't talk about a lot. Now it's becoming a little bit more regular, accepted. What does it feel like for you to be on the forefront of helping destigmatize mental health awareness and having the conversations with not only folks in our community, the African American community, but globally with anybody who's willing to receive it?
It's definitely rewarding, and it's such a need and a necessity. What I don't want it to be is just like cliches. You know, like mental health is health. You know, we have all the buzzwords, but you know, just putting things in place where it's action. You know, associated with the statements.
Yes.
So I think it's a great opportunity for me to have the space to continue the conversation, and the conversation needs to keep going.
So as you say that, the mission statement, if we just go ahead and say it we've talked about this in the first couple of segments of our episode here, is you got it on the shirt. We wear it proud. Live Free 999. What we do here with Happy Jack Entertainment is, you know, give that opportunity for us again to destigmatize and have it become a safe space and an okay conversation to have. Is that also
Absolutely.
with you? Yes.
Absolutely. And to let people know that they're not alone. Because oftentimes people get in a rut.
Yes.
You know, if they're dealing with depression or anxiety and they feel like no one understands and no one knows. So one of the things we do with Live Free is we have share your stories.
Okay.
And it gives people the opportunity to tell what they've overcome, what they're dealing with, just so we could create a community of people where you realize you're not alone.
Yeah.
You know, this person, not only did they go through it, but they overcame it. You know, let them know what's on the other side of what you're going through.
That sense of community is something that's truly special. When you see videos, when you look and you think and you see the lights up at shows and you see how these lyrics and these songs are transcending, they're reaching parts of the globe that you've never even maybe visited before, or languages that, you know, you didn't even think that the lyrics translated, but it's connecting on a common thread of you are not alone. I mean, I know it's special, but it's got to be special with all capital letters.
Yeah, it is.
How proud are you that this is a legacy that's moving forward?
It's amazing. Now, it makes me think that Jared is smiling.
Oh,
you know,
he is.
that keeping his message going.
Yeah. When you think about some of those lyrics and you sing, you're like, man, that song is brilliant. The things that he was saying and communicating, and using music as the vehicle. Do you think that was, or it is still to this day, a way that fans and people who are dealing with some of the same mental health issues that we're all going through are finding it a little bit easier, if that is a way to say it, to be a part of Live Free, to speak their part? Do you think that that's been like kind of the thing that open up the door a little bit. The crack is open just a tiny bit for
I think
folks
so, because it's a safe space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they feel comfortable. It's no judgment there. You know, it's just an opportunity to heal.
Yeah.
You know, really.
It's really cool, as you said. We're starting to not have it be such a cliche thing, and people are truly letting themselves be vulnerable. What would be one of the pieces of advice, just as someone who has been watching these stories pour in, and you know, is it just do it? What is that little bit of advice?
I love that. I love that. Just do it. But I think the thing is to be honest with yourself.
Okay.
You know, that it starts there, and then take that first step. I mean, because you could talk about it, you could sit in it, but I'm one who believes in doing.
Yes.
So I could talk all day and say I'm depressed, but if I don't do anything about it, you know, you have to make a decision that you want to do something about it.
It's one of the things that I don't think a lot of artists now have fully understood, how, you know, they are in a position to really impact the world by speaking their truth. Almost to the point where, you know, some folks, and I'm not putting this on any one particular artist or anything like that, just being in the music industry, it's a lot of people are consumed with record sales. A lot of people are consumed with, you know, how can I do this and make this money and do this, not realizing the responsibility that comes along with the words that you are saying from that platform that you're in. And did you feel that as you started to learn about his music, you just started to, you know, you knew he's your son. Like, man, he's taking this responsibility seriously by being who he is.
I was proud that he did. I remember telling him when he was getting started, just say something. I said, don't sing about things and money. Just say something.
Yeah.
So that was special that he did.
And that's why, that's exactly why. That's why we still live free, because it was him saying something, allowing us all to just say something. And that's where the change starts to happen. We're having a conversation, like you said. We're just talking about it. It's all about amplifying and turning up the volume on mental health awareness here. That's what we do at our Therapy Sessions pod.